This is crazy, guys. A man has to work his ass off to be somebody, attract girls, and have a beautiful family, if that's what he wants, of course. A woman can have it all just by being pretty or even average. Despite all this evidence, this dude thinks women take accountability more. Make it make sense.
Thank you, man.
Feminism, kryptonite, accountability.
Kryptonite.
How does that
like
even
crypto.
make sense?
Facts.
I feel like women have some of the most harshest forms of accountability in society.
Like with being able to get out of pregnancies with abortion.
Like being forced to care for a kid for 18 years after you've had the child and the dad can just leave.
I mean, dude, nobody's
chose
forcing
that.
them. They chose to have a kid.
You chose
Yeah, and so
that
did the
man.
guy that left.
I know,
who's got
but
more accountability.
She chose that man as her
why
partner.
child
Yeah,
support
and then but the
exists.
guy has the ability to
Why would you
leave.
blame the woman
that's why
for
child
him
support exists,
leaving?
though.
The average
bad
payments
choice
for
in
child
partner?
support is
Why
like
would you blame the man?
$288 a month.
I mean, look, I don't think dudes should be able to just leave women.
Sure, I
with
know,
their
but I'm just
kids.
saying, like, that's an example. That's a really big accountability factor that has a lot of influence over your life, and that's something where women are held ultimately accountable.
Maybe the lesson here is that women should be more selective with
That
who
can
they
be
have
fine,
kids
and that
with.
can be.
Why
you
can't
say
we
that
just
women
tell
should
men
be
to be better?
Well,
accountable there.
that's what we've been doing. I've been asking the whole podcast, how can we make men great again?
When men get feminine, these things happen. That's just the way it is, I guess. And look, when manosphere personalities talk about women getting pregnant, they're not meaning cases of women being forced to do disgusting things. They just mean women who sleep around and, well, let Chad hit it raw. Women can literally legally abandon a baby with zero accountability. Men cannot do that. Women should take more accountability. Woman, why can't, men just be better? This idea that if a man leaves a woman with his baby, that it's not her fault at all is such an illogical argument. When you see the kinds of men that these women choose, and the things that they do with those men, how can women not be guilty of anything? I've seen women give their bodies to the same guy for years while she is in and out of different relationships and hookups, while the guy is irresponsible and or just wanted sex. The guy is wrong for being irresponsible, sure, but the woman is too for reciprocating the same irresponsibility. It's like women act like they don't have any agency when they mess up, as if they're children. But of course, they only want to be treated as children when it's convenient. Yet his one example is caused by 50% of single mothers having their kids outside of wedlock, US Census. Blaming men for leaving when they never agreed to stay by marrying her when they have 12 forms of birth control plus Plan B and home pregnancy tests? No accountability whatsoever. Forcing a man to pay child support for a kid they didn't want is not her being accountable. Feminist, why do men leave? Logical man, because you never wanted them to be your partner and be a part of your life, nor the child's life in the first place. The blue hair and the lisp tells me everything I need to know. This guy is nauseating with the way that he defends women to no limit. But women file for divorce 8 out of 10 times. They wreck their own homes, their children's future, and the government and society supports them and cheers them for doing it. Hey Destiny, just go have the transition operation. Quit delaying the inevitable. When women say that they don't need to be accountable, they're just straight liars. Tattoos, girls' nights out, and a whole list of bad behaviors are nothing but a fraction of something their parents would be very ashamed of. Oh, and let's not forget the astronomical body counts.
I don't think a woman's value goes down because of her bodies.
Really?
Really?
Let me ask you a question. How many bodies you got then?
I'm not answering that.
The reason why you don't want to answer it because you know deep down, beyond all the feminist bullshit that you're trying to say right now, your value is intimately tied to how many sexual partners you had when it comes to finding a man.
Yep.
No, if I could ensure that my parents wouldn't see this, then I would say my body count.
Oh, so why do your parents care then?
Ooh.
Because
In
I'm
a lot
their
of people's
daughter.
eyes, that's true.
And they're very
definitely.
culturally traditional. So
But why has it been a tradition for women that are promiscuous to not be respected?
in my culture, anybody that's promiscuous is
It's not just your
respected.
culture. What's your culture?
I'm Indian.
Okay. What if I told you in Africa, Native Americans, Asians, etc., promiscuous women have never been respected? And they
Right.
didn't talk to each other because there wasn't technology back
Because
then. What
that's
is the
the
coincidence?
patriarchy. That's the patriarchy. We live in a
Your body
patriarchy.
is a
So
temple.
You do realize that women
Yeah.
slut shame each other way more than men do, right?
That's facts.
Yeah, that's
100%.
So is it really a patriarchy oppressing you sexually? It's other women, actually.
If her body count wasn't that relevant, she'd happily say it. But no, she keeps it for herself, and yeah, it's all the patriarchy's fault. Give me a break. It's the patriarchy! This is the last-ditch effort card, whooshed right off the table. As a fellow Indian, I can confirm that promiscuity is disgraced in India. When they don't have an actual answer, the patriarchy. As an Indian, we apologize on behalf of her. Her parents must be crying watching this, and I feel really bad about them. The fact that she didn't want to answer the question and then hide behind her parents as an excuse lets me know her body count is pretty high. Accountability is their kryptonite, Kevin Samuels. As an Indian, we don't claim her. As an Indian, apologies on her behalf. Promiscuous women is still forbidden in our culture, and we literally have many, and it's still looked down on in each culture. She got slaughtered in that debate. As an Indian, she is not one of us, and we don't claim her. Her parents failed her. Denial is a hell of a drug. And to wrap this whole thing up, let me show you something funny. I promise you'll love it.
Honestly, where we at rate ourselves right now?
Like how I look?
Yeah.
I would rate myself a solid 6.5.
She's valid, all right.
I would say a 6.8.
What will you rate her? 10.
That's your time. Stop.
Yeah, what will y'all rate me?
I would rate you honestly a 9.5.
Look, men don't ask for pro performance in the sheets, fancy nails, or big booties. Men want fit, feminine, and friendly women, and other traits such as humbleness, good manners, and inspiration are a huge plus. Sadly, most women will never be the kind of chick men really look for. A lesson to all women and all men: self-modesty and humbleness, and to others, graciousness and generosity. That's a beautiful woman, not only on the outside, but where it really matters. Humility is always attractive for both sexes. A humble woman is automatically higher on the scale. Not only did they rate themselves lower than they should, they also gave that guy a massive boost. Such humble ladies. I'd give them 10 out of 10 for pretty much everything. Guys, thanks for checking out this video. Stay tuned for more daily content. Like, subscribe, and comment. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.